I really, really like that intro music. Maybe I will, make that my alarm clock music. But hey, it's the David Washington Show. I am David Washington, your host. I am also the co-founder, CEO of J and Washington, your solutions for your campaign marketing and your campaign management. We are here in Florida. We are in Altamont Springs at the Oxford Sports Pub and Secret Society. Bam. Hey, it's great to be broadcasting again as creation content creation Thursday, and we're here for the better part of the day. And for this particular segment of the David Washington Show, I'm going to talk about who the Democratic Florida Gubernatorial hopefuls. There we go. And some folks may think that, okay, this is way too early. Well, it's never too early in the political world because things move very quickly. And you know, let me start with the Republican hopeful. Right now, there isn't really one name that starts out. I truly believe that Governor DeSantis should finish his term and then go quietly into that sweet night. So in 2026, it will be a new slate of candidates, potential contenders on the Republican side, and of course the Democratic side. For the Democrats, I have three people who come to mind: two women, one man. And we'll start with the number three. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other people, but right now, this early, it's April 20th, 2023. Happy 420 day and happy anniversary. Jay in Washington is our 1 year anniversary today. But at number three is Val Demings. Val Demings is at my number three spot. The former Congresswoman of House District 10. She was on the Trump impeachment. I believe the first one. I can't remember, but she was one of the counsels, one of the members of the impeachment team. And Val Demings, again, the former Orlando City police chief. Long history here in the Central Florida community. Also, the wife to current Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. Former Congresswoman Val Demings is very endeared in the community, particularly in the Black community here in Central Florida. She was I would say a moderate in Congress. She was a favorite of then Speaker Nancy Pelosi. She ran against Marco Rubio, Senator Rubio, in 2022 for Senate. Unfortunately, she didn't do too well. And from my observation as a political, she ran as a tough on crime, former police chief candidate. And it didn't really pick up steam. It did her campaign from, again, my vantage point, running campaigns in Central Florida and being involved in other issues and campaigns across Florida. I just didn't feel the enthusiasm. Now, granted, Democrats didn't do too well in Florida, period. And I just didn't see the organization, the passion from the Florida Democrats, and I just didn't see it from her campaign. She raised a lot of money. I know my family, donated to her campaign. She raised a lot of money. However, her campaign never really caught on. And when you face a formidable, incredible candidate in Marco Rubio, Senator Marco Rubio, who has an impressive campaign machine, impressive machine, you've got to bring your A+ game. And Senator Rubio has a very well-oiled network throughout Florida, and his team here in Central Florida, I have to give them props. They do the job. They are there, and when I say when they are there, I attended three events in Congresswoman's Congresswoman Val Deming's district in her backyard during the campaign. Marco Rubio, Senator Rubio's people were there. They were there. Congresswoman Deming's people were not. And I was amazed by that. And to have your opponent in your backyard during the election cycle, because every day, every year is the election cycle, and you not show up tells me you're not running a really good campaign. I remember at one point that was someone familiar with the Demi's campaign reached out to me. I believe it was December and January, December 2021 and January 2022, asking if I would be interested in joining the Demi's campaign at a high level. I believe it is somewhere field director or campaign director, something to that effect. And I said to them, wait a second, the election is 10 months away. And now they're looking for high level staff to manage their campaign against Senator Rubio. That just didn't make sense at all. And I fear that if I were to join that campaign at that high level, that things were already in place in regards to how the campaign was going to be managed and planned, that really wasn't something I would be comfortable with. So Val Demings, I believe the campaign could have done better. The Florida Democrats could have done better. But that was 2022. 2026 is a whole different matter. Number 2 on my list of potential Democratic gubernatorial hopefuls is the current Florida Democratic chair, the state chair of the Democrats, Nikki Fried. And I say that because she is the probably most well-known Democrat of late, seeing that she ran for the Democratic primary in 2022 against Charlie Crist and lost. She was the highest ranking Democrat in state government, being the Secretary of the Agriculture. And again, she is the current Florida Democratic chair. And so just by default, you do have to add her in there. She does have a network. Does she bring the enthusiasm that her Republican counterpart brings? And that would be, GOP chair, Florida GOP chair, Christian Siegler. Does she bring that type of enthusiasm? Not so much. I follow both on social media, and I see what the Republicans are doing. They're very loud. They're very active. I see what the Democrats are doing, and it's not that impressive. Granted, Secretary Fried is just started in her role, I think back in February or March. There's a lot of work ahead, a lot of raising money. I'm sure she can raise money. She too is a moderate. We'll just see what she has to offer. There's a lot to be desired. However, I believe where she's at now in Florida politics, she comes in at number 2. Number 1, just from my viewpoint here in Central Florida, I see, and he's the only male on my list so far. And you see a trend. I'm looking at politicians. I'm sure there are business people and advocates out there who would also be contenders. But at this point, individuals who can announce right now and get people focused, I see as my number one right now, Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. And I say that because Jerry Demings, of course, is the mayor of one of the largest counties in Florida. Excuse me. Jerry Demings is in his second term. He is term limited after this term. So in 2026 would be his end of his tenure as Orange County mayor. Perfect timing for running for governor. Demings has a following here in Central Florida. He has a long history, like his wife, a long history here in Central Florida in Orange County. He's able to raise money. He is, for the most part, a very moderate, if not conservative Democrat. But I would say, a little bit right, just a little bit right of center. He has held the role of Orlando Police Chief, Orange County Sheriff. He knows the inner workings of government, being the Chief Executive Officer of Orange County. He knows how to manage, how to administer. He has taken on some very tough stances, particularly his COVID stances, COVID precaution stances during the COVID-19 pandemic. At times being in direct conflict with Governor DeSantis. He has not necessarily championed some of the legislation or policy that the progressives would push for, like the rent stabilization ordinance that the Florida Supreme Court has decided to not hear. It denied it. Lukewarm support for saving split oak mitigation forests. For the progressives, they have a little bit more to ask from Mayor Demings. They have a lot more to be desired from Mayor Demings. Mayor Demings, again, is coming off a successful August 2022 reelection. However, in November 2022, his transportation tax increase, penny tax increase, failed at the ballot box. And watching from my vantage point, I felt that it was a lackluster, it was a half-hearted effort to galvanize the voting public during a midterm election, which turnout was significantly poor among Democrats to push this through. It is needed. This tax, unfortunately, is needed because the infrastructure is not keeping up with the growth here in Central Florida, in Orange County. The infrastructure is crumbling. And unfortunately, the dollars that were needed were denied by the voters. Therefore, I can see where progressives, liberals, moderates have some issue, with how successful Mayor Demings has been in the past. I like his vision for Orange County. Some people believe he is too closely tied to developers and moneyed interests. However, that's politics. That's how politics is. And right now, sitting at number one is Orange County Mayor Jerry Dimmings. So I'm sure I'll revisit this list of Democratic hopefuls. This list will probably grow. Maybe it'll shrink. Um, Rumor has it that the mayor, the mayor's wife, Val Dimmings, or Congresswoman Val Dimmings, is looking to succeed her husband as Orange County mayor. Who knows? That's a possibility. But I can't tell you the Democrats need a hero. They need someone who can go into 2026 exciting their base, exciting the electorate in November 2022. The Democrats have a lot of work ahead of them, and they need a leader who will bring everyone in the Democratic Party together with a significant plan of rebuilding the party and creating a persona that people will connect with, creating policy that people will connect with. You just can't say, we're anti what the Republicans are doing or what the conservatives are doing. You have to be proactive and say, this is what we're going to do as Democrats to address your kitchen table issues and make your life better. On that note, community, please like, share, hit the notification button. Let the Demings know, let Nikki Freed know that I got them on my mind. I'm David Washington, and this is the David Washington Show. Happy anniversary, J&W. Thank you, John, for producing.